vibes any day, anytime. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been a minute. It's been 1 year since I uploaded. Guys, I know pale kwenye, but you know. I'll be bringing an episode of with Yalio Jiri, the whole 1 year why I was not on YouTube, what transpired. That will be on another episode. But for today, come you're new to my channel, welcome to the Bree Flicky interaction. Every day it's flicky vibes, happy vibes, discussing the trending topics, with bringing to the table what people don't want to say, and always bringing happy vibes to you right where you are. Anyway, so I want to embark on today's episode, but before I do that, this is Flicky Vibe every day, every time. This is Bree Flicky, the girl behind the channel. I am a YouTuber, I'm an MC, I'm an intellectual, so I do a lot of things. I'm a Jacqueline of all trades. I'm glad that you're enjoying and you have decided to join my community. I welcome you. Have a seat, grab what you feel like. For me today, I'm hydrating. Hydration is my key today, but grab whatever you like and have a seat. Let's do the talk. If you're my continuing subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Nakupenda. Nakupenda sana. Anyway, so you guys have seen the poster I have posted on my statuses, on my IG stories, and everywhere. It has been the trending topic everywhere in Kenya, and I wanted also to talk about it because I feel there are things that have not been talked about through all the march which we had last week. Yet around on Saturday last week, we had a march of total shutdown and femicide Kenya, because it has been a rampant issue ever since we started this year. So guys, I want us to have a chit chat on what it entails. So let's get to it. So today I couldn't it's a lot to have to discuss, so I had to jolt some points down, which we are going to be talking about as we continue. So, welcome to the episode of End Femicide in Kenya, Total Shutdown. Stop killing women. Stop killing women. We deserve to live. We deserve to do everything we feel like doing. We have a right to life. Thank you. Welcome. So the questions that we are going to be asking ourselves on this episode is: number 1, what is femicide? Number 2, what are the causes of femicide? Number 3, what are the indicators of femicide? Number 4, what is the history of femicide? I hope you guys have a pen and paper, jot down this. It's going to be very, very educative. Number 5, what are the forms of femicide? Number 6, who are affected on this topic of femicide? Number 7, the last question that everyone is asking and everyone is wanting to know: how are we going to end femicide? What are the solutions behind us ending femicide? What are we supposed to do to end femicide? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we jump right to it, right? I'll be speaking in English and Swahili, definitely. To the points that won't come in English, you'll get it in Swahili, because we are doing this. It's a topic that everyone needs to talk about. It's an issue that we are all going through, and I feel I should talk about it so that you, wherever you are, can be able to be free and talk about it. I'll see you. Flicky vibes any day, anytime. Let's get to it. Hydration. Hydration muhimu. So what is femicide? By the way, subscribe subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. So what is femicide? Intentional murder of women, inclusive of girls or any female gender. Ring a bell? Yeah, so femicide is the intentional murder of women that includes girls and female gender. What are the causes of femicide? What is this that is causing all this that we're talking about? Anyone? Oh, it's just me. Anyway, the first causative agent of femicide is stereotyped gender roles. What do we mean by that? Stereotyped gender roles. What do we mean by that? This is the societal expectation and norms regarding how a part of gender should behave based on tradition and beliefs. That includes their behavior, their career choices, their responsibilities, their reinforcing expression. Yes. So what do we mean by that? What the society terms, what do female do? Wanawake wanafaa kukuaje? Wanaume anafaa kukuaje? That's what we mean by stereotyped gender. What was passed on to you by your parents, by your society. Like in the past, women were supposed to cook for their husbands, clean, wash. What is happening nowadays? Men can do that too. Men can cook, men can clean, men can wash their own garments. So that's what we mean by stereotyped. Yani, the belief that people have is what is making this femicide issue to be rampant. Why? Because I believe a woman should clean for me, and simply because hajanioshea nguo ama hajaosha vyombo ama hajafanya any house chore, I have the right to take her life because of your God-forsaken reasons. That is not right. Whatever you were taught, you need to unlearn that, because your parents or whomever you learned this through is doing life for the first time. So you can't take whatever they are saying into consideration, because they're also human and they're also learning life as you are. Okay, I think I've explained that in a really broad way. Number 2, causative agent of femicide is discrimination to women. What does that mean? What does we mean? It is treating a particular group or individual unfairly. Yani unaona mwanamke juu amekaa kona pesa zake, ama mwanamke juu ako huku nje dressing a short dress, looking all dolled up. She's not supposed to be like that due to your own mental problem. Let me term it as that, because your reasoning has a problem. Why should a lady dress up sexily to go to wherever she wants to go to, and you feel provoked due to her dressing? That's your own problem. That's a you problem. It's not a her problem. That's discrimination. Simply because a woman cannot do whatever you want that woman to do, that does not give you the right to take her life. Huh? Yeah. Number 3, an equal power relation. What does we mean? We means is that there is more influence on a particular individual or group, more influence in terms of gender. Men are supposed to go out there and look for money, while women will stay at home and take care of the house. That is a 19 BC mentality. We are evolving the same way history. We had the Stone Age, where they were the Njopi, the curse, to where we are Homo sapiens sapiens. It has been an evolution, and as they accepted the evolution, we too, in this era, in this century, we're supposed to accept this evolution, because things change. In 19 BC, there was no technology. Look at us in the 21st century. We have technology right on our fingertips. If you want a smartphone, it's readily available. Laptops right now are readily available. Any system that you need, is be it CCTV cameras, be it recorders, be it cameras, anything that you need in terms of technology, it is there. Why have we accepted technology, but we don't want to accept that gender roles can change? So I don't understand why we accept that technology has changed, yet we don't accept the fact that gender roles, all these society norms and beliefs have changed. I don't understand. So we go to the number 4 causative agent is underlying issues. What do we mean by this? Underlying issues in terms of men who have dealt with abandonment, men who have dealt with abuse from women, men who have dealt with neglect from their parents or more so their mothers, is another causative agent of this femicide. Because men who have gone through such trauma, they don't respect women because a woman did whatever that woman did to him. So he feels women don't deserve a place in life. And I feel we should let these men know that simply because you went through it, it does not give you the mandate to kill another person. It does not. Just go for counseling, man. Go for counseling. Anyway, we'll get to that. What was our third question? What are the indicators of femicide? The indicators vary because of there are two categories. There's the non-intimate indicator and there's the intimate indicator. What do we mean by this? The non-intimate partner indicator. This is someone you've just met like a night ago and you guys felt like the vibe is going, then all of a sudden this guy changes, so that's the non-partner. The partner indicator means someone you're in a relationship with, you're married to, you're having something together, so there are two indicators, and both have similar indicators in terms of the topic, but difference is when it comes to 2 points. So our first point is sexual violences. This happens in both indicators, that is in the non-intimate partner and also the intimate partner. You find bruises, being cut, having cuts, having injuries on your bodies. It's an indicator that you're on the verge of going through femicide. So I feel you should know, as a woman, if you're going through this, if you're going through any sexual violence, someone is beating you up, someone is forcefully asking you for sex, I feel this is an indicator that you should run for your life. You should just get out, vamoose from that place. Number 2 is mutilation. Mutilation happens to the non-intimate partners, majorly because this person was on a mission. That person was not in it the way you are in it. That person was on a mission to get your organs. That person was on a mission to kill you. That person was on their own psychological, psychopathic reason. That's it. Mutilation means the removal or cutting of body parts from someone or something, like an animal. Yeah, so mutilation goes both ways, in human and in animals. But since the topic is femicide, we have realized, or through the news, we have realized that women are missing body parts, some parts being dumped elsewhere. Anyway, let's go to the third point. It's yeah. Public disposal of victim's body is also an indicator, which is mostly non-intimate partner behavior. Because as for the story of Rita Waini, which is so disturbing, we realized that her body parts were in different places, which is so hurting and so it's hard to talk about it. So it's also an indicator of femicide. Our fourth question was, what is the history of femicide? So femicide started and was recorded the first time ever in 1801, but it was not as rampant as it was when it got to 1976. And since then, it has been recorded that in every 10 women, 3 to 4 women suffer from femicide. And in Kenya, in the past 5 years, we have recorded 500 victims who have suffered from femicide. And this is becoming alarming because since we started the year, it has been shooting up and up and up. It's been going and going and going. So that's why we had the need to talk about it, because these are our sisters, these are our mothers, these are our grandmothers, these are our friends, these are our cousins that are going through this. And if we don't speak up for them, who will? I mean, who will? Yeah. So in the beginning of this year, women started disappearing and appearing dead, their bodies being dumped or left lifeless. As women, we embarked on a march just a week ago to create awareness to end femicide, but it has now become daily news. 20 women and a rising number. I mean, it's just not stopping. It's not. Ever since we had the march on 27th, we have recorded, till date, we have recorded a number of 20 to 30 victims of femicide. And I feel, it's not changing. We need to do something. We need to do something more than that. And the question I ask to you, who perpetrator who has done this, don't we deserve to live? Don't we deserve to live like you? Don't we? That's the question of the day. Anyway, we go to our fifth question was forms of femicide. What are the forms of femicide? There are about 8. There are about 8 forms. Number 1, it's intimate partner violence. This involves married people or people in a relationship or even a situationship where you have sexual violences, you're being harassed, you're being beaten up, you're going through harassment. It's one of the forms of femicide. Number 2 is femicide suicide. And this one is juicy, guys, because I know on my comment section, you guys will be like, that person deserves that. But many other times when lovers commit femicide and it dawns to them what they have done, they commit suicide. That's what it means by femicide suicide. It means a perpetrator who commits suicide within a week of committing femicide. Mostly happens to people in a relationship. Number 3 form of femicide is HIV-related femicide. This is the stigma attached to infection, and most of the time is when a guy cheats, a married guy cheats, or a guy in a relationship cheats, then gets the infection, and then the woman causes tantrums because of having been infected, and in turn she gets killed because of airing out her problem, airing out her issue. Yeah. Number 4 is religious femicide. This is what we mean by mutilation of organs for personal gain, in terms of first wealth, in terms of spirituality, in terms of witchcraft, the cult that people join. So someone comes in the name of, they want to help you get riches, and in turn takes your life. Yeah, that's what we mean by religious femicide. We have honor femicide. This is an occurrence of high level impunity. due to unacceptable choices. So as a lady, I'm out here pursuing my career and I feel I'm intimidated by you. So due to the intimidation, the guy or the man feels like that person wants to kill you or kills you actually. So that's what we mean by honor femicide. Mostly it's like on the situation, there's a lady who pulled up to the internet explaining her trauma of how she saw a lady being stripped naked and later the lady unlifing herself is one of the honor femicide example. Okay, hope you guys understand this, and I hope you're getting some educative points from our topic today. There's the misogynistic femicide. These are people who have pathological hatred for women. And this is caused by people who have gone through some serious trauma from their past due to women. And it can also be serial killing of women of a particular type. Can you guys understand this? Maybe a guy went through a breakup by this certain young lady. So this man now makes it his mission to kill any woman that looks like that lady. So you find that there's a particular trend of type, and when you go through the investigations that of a particular perpetrator who has done the misogynistic femicide, and you realize that most of the women that that person has killed look alike. They have the same facial appearance. They have probably the same hair type. They have the same look, similar looks, because in the statistics it says that you of one person you can find five twins. Don't know if that's true. If it's not true, let me know in the comment section. The case of Starlet Wahoo is one of the misogynistic femicide case, because it surely shows that this person's intention was to kill. And the perpetrator, John Matara, has done this to several people, showing that he is a misogynistic femicide perpetrator. Most cases is usually an underlying previous life experiences, as I had explained, mostly an abuse from a family member, a terrible heartbreak or breakup. This usually they have a type, like I've said, and they have investigation shows that they have gone through abandonment, neglect, either during their childhood age or their formative age. Then another type is human trafficking. This is abduction and disappearance of women who later are found dead with missing parts taken from them by the perpetrator for their own gain. Victims are often tortured, raped, mutilated, and murdered, and it's often a marginalized sector of society. Either, like I said, a type. You find this person is targeting sex workers, this person is targeting the poor. Yeah. Alafu, the last one is the sexual orientation. This is the killing of a particular type of female persona, more so the LGBTQ community, under the perception of ameibiwa dem. Really, man? Ameibiwa dem na lele, unaenda kuua lele? Seriously? Does it mean that you have some masculinity problem? Okay, we go to the next question. Who are affected by this topic of femicide? Mostly people who are affected are the married women, girlfriends, lesbians, stags, yeah, more so women. Let's say just women in majority. Women, you're going through this. Kinaturamba query. You might be a girl going to school, you're abducted. your organs are trafficked. You might be a woman doing your own house chores, and a man just wakes up and feels like today is your last day, and indeed it is. So it's any female gender can go through femicide. Like I said on the definition, it's the intentional murder of women. Women's. Mhm. Then on to our last question. What are the solutions? Send in your comments. What do you think are the solutions before I air out mine? Uh-huh. Yes, tell me. What do you think about that? What do you think we should do to end femicide in Kenya or even the world? What do you think people should do? Weka hapo kwenye comment section bana. Na kungojea. Anyway, without much further ado, let me bring out my solutions that I feel I have researched, I have thought about, and I feel this can really help. So our solution number one is legal reforms. Legal reforms, what does this mean? It's the strengthening and enforcing laws against domestic violence and femicide perpetrators. I mean, ukiweza shikwa kwa shida leo upigie polisi, alafu akuja asikie story yako ina entail ama ina involve relationship, do you know those people leave the premises because they say there is no rule unless it's a sin. So I feel we should strengthen and enforce laws behind the femicide thing. Also the perpetrators, many are the times that the perpetrators go free, scot free. They are dancing in these cities like they have done nothing. I mean, please, these people should be arrested. They should go through the process, the system. They should really go through the system. And more so, I feel that they should go through counseling, because many of the times it's not hapo kuna kashida. Kuna kashida, and they need to go through counseling because men don't talk about their problems, you see, and in turn their decisions become fatal when they start acting upon their problems. So number two, education and awareness. That is promoting gender equality, also erasing the societal norms and expectations. Hii maneno ya kusema mwanamke anafaa kufanya, mwanaume anafaa kufanya, we need to change that. We need to evolve. Please evolve bana. Also creating awareness in terms of women, in case you are in a position that you have seen the indicators that I've told you: sexual violence, harassment, injuries. It is your cue to leave that relationship. Get the hell out of that relationship. Sorry for cursing. Get the heck out of that relationship. It is an indicator that you are not safe, and your life is important to us as your friends, your family. We need you. Okay? Number three, supportive service. What do we mean by this? We mean hotline for victims, shelters for victims, shelters mostly for even married victims who are going through some domestic violence that one-on-one will end up being a femicide. So we need well-funded shelters for those purposes, and also counseling for the perpetrators, because they need to change, and for change to happen, it begins with us. And what do we mean by that? They need to go for counseling. They need to go and talk to someone about what they are going through. They need to have a sit down with a professional and explain to them their life experience, their encounters, their traumas. So it's also one of the supportive services that are going to end the femicide in the whole world. The global solution should be that. A hotline for victims, I've seen it's out actually. If you know anyone, usikimie. Tafadhali usikimie ukijua kazini yako, sister yako, neighbor yako, rafiki yako, a long time ally anapitia mambo kama haya. Weka kwenye hotline, hata akuje okolewe. She will thank you later. People, many of the times you don't see right now, but after a couple of days, unakujanga una realize, by the way, that person really helped you. So usikimie. I'm going to put the hotline down here. Please, if you know anyone that is going through such a problem, usikimie. Tafadhali usikimie. We don't want that person to be a statistic. Please, let us know. Let the world know. Let DCI know. Let the police know. Higher. We go to the next point. Community engagement. That is encouraging communities to actively condemn women violence in your community. Hapo kwa village, huko ushago, huku hata huku kwa nyumba kumi. We are a community. A community is one or two people coming together and staying in one place, collaborating. Yes. So in our communities, and they share us an ethic background. Fastening a culture to educate men and also counsel men that have gone through abandonment and neglect. Because the key problem here, even if we don't want to say it, these men who are doing this have gone through women who have tortured them. I'm not blaming, I am not saying the victims have to go through whatever they have gone through. That is not the point. The point is, kiini cha hii problem ni mwanamke mwenye alifanya hivyo. Unaona, mwanamke aliacha mtoto wake akakuwa akijua wanawake ni wabaya, wanachanga watu and such stuff. Unaona, mwanamke akaacha mwanaume due to one or two reasons in their relationship. They need to go for counseling because they don't talk about these things out here. So in our community, we should enhance counseling of men so that they have information pertaining what they are going through. I'm seeing my lights kidogo zinafanya ile kitu. My lights are not cooperating. Anyway, I hope you guys can see me because I can't stop there. Let's go to point number 5. I have just 2 points remaining, then we end up the vlog. There's the law enforcement training. This is how our law enforcement, that's the police, are trained to deal with domestic violence and femicide cases. So like I said, most of the time polisi akifika ajue mambo ni maneno yenye inaleta shida ni mambo yenyu, mambo ya watu wawili walio share bed sheet. Jamani, wao hujitoa pap. So I feel and I need to say that policemen or all law enforcement people should be trained on how to deal with domestic violence and femicide. Number 6, empowering women. That is educating women. Empower women to break free from abusive relationships. Mwanamke, kama unakaa hapo ukifanya nini? Why would you let yourself go through problems? Yani unakaa hapo, unaona unatandikwa. Please, amka, chukua virago vyako. Don't ask yourself utaanza wapi, because the Lord who brought you to this earth knows where you will go next. Don't say I'm here because of my kids. That is not an excuse, because the minute you die, what of your kids? What if you change and decide, let me live with my kids? You will live for your kids. Trust you me. But if you stay there in that marriage, in that relationship, in that come we stay relationship, saying I'm here because I want to stay for my kids, I'm telling you, many are the times it ends up to be a femicide case, and you won't be there for your kids. You definitely won't be there for your kids if you let that. So we need to empower our women to break free from such relationships. We need to tell our women what they deserve. You need to empower women on what traits they should look out for when they get into a relationship. And then the final, which is what I'm doing here. I am doing a media response, right? Yes. So I feel many other women, we should go out. Tokea hapa kwa YouTube channel yako, sema mi nataka kuwaambia hivi na hivi ndio kunaenda bana. This is what is going to help us. If women, we air out issues on social media, if men accept to air out their issues on social media, don't feel less of a human because you've aired out your problem. It does not even make you an ounce smaller. So get out here, say what you need to say, air out what you need to say, so that in the near future we do not bring up serial killers in the name of boyfriends. So like I was saying, serial killers don't come into your life with the intentionality na kuua sahi. No, they usually start small, like I'm your friend, then they go graduating hivyo inaenda ikipanda. Finally you come to realize the guy that you thought was your friend or your lover or your boyfriend or even your husband is a serial killer. Anyway, guys, that's all I had for you. Let's total shutdown KE and femicide in Kenya and femicide in the world. We are women, we deserve to live. We are women, we deserve to do everything we feel like. We have a right to life. We deserve to dress the way we want. We deserve to go after our careers as we feel like. We deserve to chase everything that we feel we want. Support a friend to support a friend. Usikimie ukijua kuna mtu ana go through something. Usikimie ukiwa unajua kuna kitu kama hiyo inaendelea. Amka, tuambie, sema, pigia this hotline number hapa chini. Let them know. Help a lady. Hata kuthank sai, but hata kuthank in a couple of years because you saved their life. Anyway, that being said, guys, our tomorrow episode, we're having a movie review tomorrow on 2nd of February. It will be out, same time, same place. This time, Hatucheki, we are bringing it to the table the way it is, and flicky vibes any day, anytime. And to the next, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share your thoughts. I'll be waiting. I will reply to all of them, and I will also air out if anything that needs to be aired out. For all my lovers, nawapenda sana. Until next time, to our next video. Bye.